Alright, I noticed in my last video that I had used my bottle for my air layer. And this is a 12-ounce bottle it's a water bottle. I bought like 24. I'm at Home Depot. I was thirsty one day and I bought 24 bottles of water, $3.99. So I kept one. I'm recycling. And I take it, I drink the water, and then I cut down, right? Make a slit this way, cut through the top, all right? So that way I have the slit all the way through the top. I just drop something here, all right? And then I got this empty bottle, okay, just like that. Now I put my substrate in there. Of course it's wet, it's damp, and I'll tell you something else a little later toward the end of the video about making it damp. And so I got that, I put that in there, and then I cut my bark all the way around, cut it like 2 or 3 inches. And what I'm going to include when I select a place where I'm going to place my cut, this cut, I want to include as many of these little nodules as I can. This is off of an avocado, and so it's quite a few nodules on it, and that's good. And so you see, because your roots are going to grow from here and here, these little nodule places here on the side, that's where they're going to come out. They're not going to come out of here. They're going to come out of right there. Right there. So you want those in the area that you cut off. If you don't have any of those, the only place you're going to get roots is from underneath the bark. Okay. Now you might not get roots out of all these too, but it's going to help. If you get one root out of there, you're home free. Trust me. And but if you don't have any of these on your own place, you're going to grow roots is from underneath the bark. And you could score this like that to help that. It seems to. Some people say it does. Some people say it doesn't. I do it. It don't hurt. So we've cut that off. 3 to 4 inches, however long this is, it could go from here to here. It looks like about 4.5 inches at the most. And then when you scrape this clean, that slimy cambium layer underneath that bark, make sure you got it all off out here, because wherever you leave it, gets a little bit brown like that. This has just been sitting in the air for about 5 minutes here. If you can see a little bit darker area right there, that's because that cambium layer is coming right out through that wood. You want to scrape that off like that. See that? You want to get that nice and clean. And you can even take a pair of pliers and rough that up if you want to. Then, if you want to use something like a root tone or something like that to stimulate root growth there, you can. No problem. I don't usually, but I mean, I'm the cheapest guy on the planet. But if I had a river here, and I don't because I'm in Florida, I would get some willow. And a willow, that's a small seedling, you just come up to the top of it, and you cut in like 1-inch chunks. And you take a jar like this, or a bottle like this, you throw your pieces of willow in there, and you fill it up to about here, and put water in it, let it sit for 3 days. Now that liquid has got that willow hormone in it, which is like a root hormone. It's really good. And it works miracles in the root department, trust me. So, back to this now. We got the substrate in there, we dampened it, we take some of that water, squirt it in there with the root hormone on it, and you can wring it out. Just as long as it's in there, it'll get on there. And we're looking like this. Black electrician tape's on the top for me because I happen to get it because it's cheap. And then on the bottom also, and then wrap it around like that so that whole thing is contained. I have this up or down to the side. It doesn't matter where the crack goes. So people say, why do you put the crack out? Any way you want to. And this I like to keep pretty much to the top as I can, because remember, gravity. Roots go down. They're going to find the whole gravity, and they're just going to go down for whatever the reason is, because that's physics, okay? You can't fight physics, so you want to have more of your substrate toward the bottom. And I would put that in about like that, but I would shove my substrate up in there, and I'd make it real tight. I've done quite a few of these, so I've noticed that it'll compact down. I know how much it will compact down. Now, I would put it in there like that. This knot is in the wrong place for me. The right place for the tree, wrong place for us. But that's where I would have that like that. So I'd have like, 4 inches on the bottom for the roots to travel down here and move around. They'll move all around. They'll grow up when they run out of here. But you want to have as much room as possible. You want it to occur as natural as possible when it occurs. Okay? So, root starter, aspirin, willow liquid, stuck in there like that. Tape it up to where no water gets in. Tape it up to where no water gets in here, and then you're good to go. You wrap it around here a couple times with some other tape, and just crinkle your tin foil around. Okay, 90 days. 90 days. And here's a little tip. If you're down there by the river and you see those little willow trees, get you some sticks, as many as you can, like 3-4 feet high, if you can, if you can bear to do it, because I know it's a job cutting them. You got to bring a saw with you. And then when you're planting a tomato, you put that willow in the ground, put your tomato right next to it, use it as a stake. And the natural hormone from that willow goes right out into your soil, and your tomato plants will grow better. You don't have to trust me. Do it. Find out for yourself. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.